Hello, this is my 1959 Morris Minor, and it is my belief that a Morris Minor or Mini or any of those really simple English cars, not the newer ones from the 70s with those fuel injection and everything like that, I believe these cars and the Minis like that are the best first cars you can possibly have for automotive enthusiasts. Let me talk you through this. Yes, so any like early 60s, late 50s, or even the 40s, the early 50s, Morris Minors, or the early 60s Minis, or any Mini that's not made by BMW for that matter, is one of the best cars you can have as a first car if you're an automotive enthusiast. And that is because, first of all, they are simple to work on. All you need is like a ratchet set, a couple wrenches, and a screwdriver, and you can basically fix anything on this car. Number two, they aren't too fast, which is very good for teenagers because they like to speed. This car, you can't speed. It's way too slow to do that. Although this does have the biggest engine you could possibly fit in a Morris Minor you could get from the factory, the BMC A series 1098cc inline 4, making about 35 horsepower and 40 foot-pounds of torque. This does have the biggest engine, but it's still only top speed is 73 miles an hour, so you can't speed with the thing. Number three, if you were to modify one of these, it's very simple. Like this car, somebody previously before me had modified it to have dual SU carburetors, but you could put anything in this thing. You could put a Weber conversion, you could do anything with that engine. It's very reliable. As I said, it's being reliable. It does have its some of them do have flaws, like this one did blow a head gasket, but I replaced it. Here's the old one. I replaced it in 4 hours, so yeah, there's your head gasket for you. Very simple to fix car, very easy to change the head gasket on. Let's just do a comparison between what would typically be a first car. This first car now, like this is my first car. I paid $500 for it. This one, it would just be anybody's first car if they were to look on the internet and find a cheap car. This is a 2001 Ford Taurus, and this was $400. And as you can see, it has been sitting up here. If you watch any of my car reviews that take place in this spot right here, you can see that this thing is in the background of all of them, and I've been doing those for a little over a year. So this thing's been sitting because it has a fuel issue. It will not pump fuel to the front. Have no idea why. It's impossible to fix though, basically with just a screwdriver and a socket set, because everything, it takes an OBD2 scanner and it's not throwing a check engine light. This thing is a nightmare. Also, it goes way too fast. And they're not easy to fix, as you show that. And they would be okay to modify if you knew what you were doing. For simple people, Morris Minor is the way to go. Just look at the few I have done few modifications to it. I'm not one for modifying vehicles. But I have done my fair share of simple modifications that you need. First of all, I do put stickers on the car just to have fun with that a little bit. I do put stickers on the car, so yeah, I do that, but that's not really the modifications. I have upgraded this to have an 8-track player, which seems to have fallen out of its spot, and dual Panasonic speakers. Also, I put in this really nice $16 stereo from Walmart that will literally play any music that you'd want it to. It takes USB. I put on this really nice steering handle. For some reason, my steering wheel has started to squeak a little bit when you're turning it, which is weird. I also put in these nice bucket seats because I only had one original seat to the car, and I decided to just toss that one in the loft of a barn and put in these GMC seats because they match. I put this level up here for just fun because I liked it, and I did this really good popsicle orange paint job. As for storage space in the car, which is what everybody needs if you're like going to college, if you have a first car for that, or if you're moving stuff. This thing does have, for the size of the car, quite a large trunk. I think it's like 7 or 9 cubic feet. I'm not sure, which is actually pretty massive. To show you how massive it is, I can actually fit in there. Yes, so it is my belief that the Morris Minor is the best first car for any automotive enthusiast because, point one, they are not fast, so you're not speeding all over the place and getting tons of tickets. Point two, they are really simple to drive cars, simple to work on. This thing has a 4-speed manual that is the nicest transmission to drive on. It's simple to work on. As I said, I changed the head gasket in this thing in 4 hours, which is really crazy. And you can modify them to your heart's content if you want to. Like, I try to keep my cars stock as possible. But if somebody were not like me and they wanted to modify cars, go ahead, that's your thing to do. But, yes, so the Morris Minor or Mini or Austin A35, cars like that, is the best first car for automotive enthusiasts because you can do anything you want with them. Thanks for watching.